Hey sis, what if the reason your vision hasn't come to life or hasn't come to pass yet is because your thinking never grew to match it? I'm going to ask you again. What if your vision has not come to pass yet? Your vision has not come to life yet. What if the reason is because your thinking never grew to match whatever that vision is? You say you're dreaming big, but your decisions, your actions, even your prayers, that part is still playing small. Well, today we are about to fix that. We're going to fix it. Stick around. I'm Angela Tezano, and if you are new here, welcome to the Little Oil Podcast. So God gave me the little oil straight off the pages of 2 Kings 4, where the widow was left in debt because her husband died, and she had no way of paying her bills. She had no way of paying her debt, and her creditors gave her the brilliant idea, I say that facetiously, of selling her sons into slavery, and that was their solution to her settling her debt. She went to her husband's mentor, Prophet Elisha, and she said, what am I going to do? He asked her a very important question. He says, what do you have in your house? She's thinking. She said, I do have a little oil. He said, go get it and borrow some jars from your neighbors and fill that little oil in those jars. She did what he said. She came to him. She was like, okay, what's next? Long story short is he said, sell the oil. And the Bible says she sold the oil, settled her debt, and lived off the rest. What is code word for live off the rest? Legacy wealth. What I'm telling you is that the Little Oil movement, you being here even today on the Little Oil Podcast, is your clue that all you need is the courage to use your little oil, and that will turn into legacy wealth. That is what being here is all about, and that is what we're going to accomplish today. It will be lovely if I had my mic in front of me. I hope my audio is good. I forgot to put my mic in front of me. All right. Either way, we're about to dive all the way in. So I used to be a teacher. I taught in the classroom for 18 years. I loved being a teacher. That's not why I left, because I didn't love it. I loved it. I've known since third grade I'd be a teacher, but there was more for me. And I had to stop thinking small. So now the world is my classroom, and I'm so excited to be here. Welcome to class. Welcome to class. So the title of the podcast today is this. This is why you're still stuck. Small thinking is sabotaging you. This is why. And I'm going to take you through 3 key points to pinpoint once and for all why you are still stuck. And the culminating reason, I'll give you 3 key important steps, but the overarching, the underlying reason is this. You're still stuck because you're still thinking small. And the small thinking is what's sabotaging you. So I'm not here to hype you up, sis. That's not what this is. I'm here to hold up a mirror so that you can see exactly what's going on with you. The fact of the matter is that I know what it's like to pray for overflow, but my actions, my day-to-day actions, even my thinking sometimes, it was just way too small. And what I was believing God for was the big. But because I was so afraid of success, I did the things just enough not to get to the place that I was even praying and asking God for. And I know that's true because look at my track record. My track record proved I was still playing small. I'm done playing small, and you need to be done. You need to be done playing small. In other words, I want you to think about where you are right now. And then I want you to compare that side by side to what you believe in God for. And if what you're believing God for is a really big thing compared to what you're actually doing in your life, if it don't match, you're still playing small. Me and you, we are done playing small because it's sabotaging everything we are believing God for. So to ask God for abundance is not enough. Yes, you should ask him because he said he will give you the desires of your heart. Don't stop asking him. But to ask God for abundance and then turn around and do small things that don't even match what you're believing for, that's self-sabotage. Yeah, I said it. That is self-sabotage. And I am not telling you this because it's a reprimand. That's not what I'm here for. I would never do that to you. I'm telling you because I have been there before. And the playing small that you're doing, it's got to stop. It's got to stop. In other words, if you are doing what you believe in your heart and you are confident in doing, that's playing small. Go with me on this. Hear me out. If you're doing something today, if you did something yesterday that you are comfortable doing and you did it easy, that's playing small. What you are doing should be so uncomfortable, it should shake you to your very core. If you can do it by yourself, it's playing small. If it don't require a team, you're playing small. If it don't scare you, not scare you in terms of fear, but and I use the word scare very carefully here because I don't want you to be afraid. That's not what it's about. I want it to shake you. I want you to be like, there's just no way. That's the kind of thinking. That's the kind of thinking you need to have. It needs to be something so big, you need a millionaire partner. It needs to be something so big, you need a bigger workspace. It needs to be something so big. Come on here, somebody. Stop playing small. Because here's the thing. I'm going to tell you the truth. Here's the truth, because I'm going to always tell you the truth. Small thinking feels safe, but it's robbing you of what you're supposed to be doing. You are not called to 5 followers. Now, I don't want to sound like I am contradicting myself. Yes, start with your little oil. That's the thing that you are using to grow legacy wealth, the knowledge that you have, the chapter of the book, the few followers. Yes, start with your little oil. Don't get me messed up. Don't get me mixed up. Yes, start with your little oil. But with the little oil you have, take that and don't play small with that. That's what I'm saying. So if you have just the title of a book, start with just that title, but don't try to sell 5 copies. Start with 5 copies and then let your thinking go to, this is about to be a bestseller. How is it going to be a bestseller? Because you started in the first place. Why is it going to be a bestseller? Because you sold those 5. But don't get to the 5 and be like, thank God I did that. Thank God I'm off the hook. Yes, Lord. I appreciate you, Jesus. Let's go. Let's go ahead and celebrate that. Start with your little oil, the little chapter of the book, the little part of the recipe you have figured out, the 5 followers you have on Instagram. Start with that little oil, but then think big about where you are headed with that. So in this episode, I want to really take you through the steps that you can take today to break free from all the patterns that keep your dreams small, because it is a pattern. Check it, look at it. Think in your mind right now what you did just yesterday and ask yourself how many of the actions that you took yesterday, how many of those actions were based on big thinking? Because I'm going to tell you right now, even yesterday, let me see what I did yesterday. Hold on. Let me look back. I don't want to be a liar. Let me look back. So I attended some trainings. Okay, good. All right. I uploaded another short. Okay, good. I did that. I did some content marketing planning. Okay, good. I did that. All right. So I pretty much met all of my tasks, achieved all of my tasks from yesterday. But I'm trying to think, what did I do yesterday that was outside of my comfort zone? I can't think of anything. Oh Lord, I'm right here with you. I'm right in it with you. That changes today and tomorrow. As a matter of fact, I'm already thinking about what can I do today that is not comfortable. Because I didn't have any problem with the training. I could do it all day, every day. I didn't have any problem uploading a short. I could do it all day, every day. I am not afraid of the microphone. I'm not afraid of the camera. I've had a mic in my hand since I was a child. So that is not uncommon or uncomfortable to me. I need to do something today that is so uncomfortable that it pushes me, that it catapults me into a non-small thinking mindset. Here's why. Because small thinking is sabotaging. Small thinking makes you stay where you are. So I want you to break free from all the patterns, and that's what I'm going to take you through today, so that those small thinking patterns will be removed from your life completely and ultimately, and then you are navigating and moving toward the bigger that God is calling you to. I want you to say in the comments. I want you to write it in the comments. I want you to proclaim it right now. If you are on the live, or even if you are on the replay, I want you to type in the comments right now, I'm called to bigger. If you believe it, or even if you don't even see it yet, I want you to type in, I'm called to bigger, because you are. Sis, do you know that expertise, that rich, valuable knowledge of yours that you have is not for 5 people? Yes, serve the 5 people you have. That's your little oil. But there are 5 million waiting on you. Let me ask you this. How many people do you think there are in the world that actually need what you have to offer? Millions. Here is how do you know that, Angela? You can't know that. You want to bet. Let me ask you this. Do you believe that lifing is literally just a series of solving problems? Do you believe that? Okay, if you don't agree with that, or if you don't believe that, let me prove it to you. When you wake up in the morning, what's the first thing you do? Oh, let me see, what am I going to eat for breakfast? Okay, then what am I going to watch on television? Okay, and then where am I going to go for lunch? And then what car am I going to drive? Okay, and then am I going to buy a car or still drive the bus or ride the bus? Okay, and where am I going to send my kids to school? Okay, and how am I going to get my weave a little tighter because it's feeling a little loose? Okay, and how am I going to pay this bill? You see where I'm going with this? Lifing is a series of solving problems. And the business owners out there who are very wealthy, they have created a solution to all the problems to lifing. Your cell phone is a solution. Your lights that you flicked on this morning when you got up is a solution. Where you live is a solution. What you drive is a solution. Where you send your kids to school is a solution. The pen that you decide to write with, that's a solution. Come on here, somebody. And so if we can agree that lifing is a series, if lifing is a series of solving problems, then what you have to offer is somebody's solution, millions of people's solution. So if you figured out a way to save $1,000, then that's a million people's solution. You know how many people don't have $1,000? You know how many millions of people who don't have $1,000? So don't say, I don't have enough. I'm not enough. I don't know enough. That's playing small. Say, what I have to offer is going to help millions solve their problem. Why? Because I'm called to bigger. Yes, Elle. Yes, Jamila. I'm called to bigger. Let's get into these 3 key points, because it is going to free you today. If you have your pen and paper, get it ready. If you're typing in your favorite notes app, get it ready, because we are done playing small. Because small thinking is sabotaging you. How do you know it's sabotaging me, Angela? because you will never get to the point to where you're done. There's never a place where I have arrived. When I didn't have any people in my community except my mom, my sisters, and one member, last year, I was so excited. I was elated, like jumping around the house excited. But I had not arrived. When I get to 10,000 members in my community, I have not arrived because I am ever growing to get to the point to where I am pleasing my Father. That's what all of this is for. I'm not doing this for 9 cars. One nice Bentley. See my Bentley behind me? See that? Right there? Right there. On my vision wall, one nice Bentley will do. But what I really want to do is have enough money to buy every woman who is walking to the bus stop. I want to buy every woman I can a car. Why do you want to buy her a car, Angela? And I feel like I'm on a tangent, but I got to say this because I'm done thinking small. I want to be able to buy every woman I can a car because I know for a fact that the time it takes her to walk to the bus stop and to go through all the stops before she gets home, that delay is causing her not to be able to make her son's basketball game. And she can't go to his basketball game because she got to go to work. And the only way she can get to work is on the bus. The problem is that the bus is taking her 2 hours to get home when if she had a car, it only take her 30 minutes. She needs a car. Right? So I want to be the person to buy her that car. How am I going to be that wealthy? Through my little oil, the little oil that God gave me. And I'm going to turn my knowledge into legacy wealth. And I'm going to take my legacy wealth and do what God called me to. And that is help his people, the widow, the orphan, the poor. I am quite sure that's what I'm here for. And so playing small is not just about what's going on in my head. It's not just affecting me. It's affecting every woman out there who's still riding the bus. And I'm not serving her because I play small. So here's how we're going to get through with it. Here's how we're going to get through it. Here's how we're going to move forward. All right. Number 1, small thinking feels safe, but it's actually sabotage. That's my key point number 1. And I kind of alluded to it before, but it bears repeating as the key point number 1 because I want to take you through some things that you can do to fix it. Here is what small thinking tells you. Now tell me if you have thought or seen any of this in your own head. I'll start later. Y'all, this is real. This is real. This is a good one. This is a good one. I will wait until it's perfect. It's not getting ready to be perfect. As a matter of fact, I recorded a video that I'm still editing. I'll probably post it Thursday. But I recorded a video, and on the video, I talk about how you can go ahead and stop waiting to be ready because you will never be ready. You'll never have the perfect equipment. If you're waiting on ready to start, you'll never be ready. I don't have the perfect equipment. I don't have the right website. I don't have. Ready doesn't exist. Start with what you have and where you are. So if in your head you're saying, I'll just wait until it's perfect, that's playing small. Don't do that. Don't do that. No more. But God's vision for you, it don't fit inside your comfort zone. God's vision for you is so big, you haven't even comprehended it yet. And it will never fit in your comfort zone. What if the people in your network, oh my gosh. Okay, so Elle has a very good question. I'm going to stop and answer her question. She says, what if the people in your network don't want your solution? Then it's not the right people. Let them be, it's not the right people. It's not the right people. It's not the right people. And here's how you fix that. Just be found doing what you do, and do it well and do it enthusiastically. What I mean by that is keep sharing your story, keep sharing your skill, keep sharing your solution. Because I promise you, the people that need you will find you. If you're depending on the people in your network, then that's self-sabotaging within itself. That's like me having a $10 bill in my hand. And I'm in this crowd of people. And I'm like, here's $10. Here's $10. Here's $10. Here's $10. Here's $10. And they refuse to take it. Either they already have $10 or they don't trust you for your $10. They're not the right people. But if you are in a crowd and it's a crowd of people that they heard from God that morning that I'm going to send you to the mall and there's going to be somebody there that's holding up $10. And they're like, God, are you serious? But they're believing God anyway, and they just go to the mall. And all of a sudden they see somebody say, here's $10. Here's $10. You will be stampeded. You have to call mall security. Why? Because they know they need you. If you are in a group of people and they don't want your solution, that does not mean that your solution is not valid. It does not mean that your solution is not valuable. It just means that those people don't need what you have to offer, and that's okay. It's okay. How do I fix that, Angela? I just said it. Be found with confidence, doing, saying, promoting, sharing what you have, the solution that you have, and the right people will find you. Go in the mall with $10. Some people will pass you by. They might already have $1,000. They don't need your $10. Some people don't even know they need $10. That's how jacked up they are. But if the person needs it, especially if they got a word from God, especially, you really won't be able to contain everybody that have what you have, for everybody that needs what you have to offer. Yay! You are so welcome. You are so welcome. I know that I'm not for everybody, and I know that that's okay. I know that as long as I provide the value that I give, that I can provide, people will find me. And I have proof. 95% of the people that are in my community found me on YouTube. I'm the church girl. I'm the brown church girl who just tells my story, shares my skill, shares my area of expertise, and people find me. And they joined. Is it 1 million people? No. But do you think I'm bothered by that? No, because I will talk like this on my podcast. I will share inside of my community. I will build things as if I had 1 million people already following me. Because I'm not guided by the numbers. I hate vanity numbers. It would be so misleading and so misguiding if I had 1 million people following me and nobody would join my community. What am I there for? Right? I would rather have 10 people following me and 9 out of 10 people join my community. Right? Which one is better? 1 million followers with no customers? Or 10 followers and 9 out of 10 of them are customers. So forget the numbers. Let that go. And just be found doing what God created you to do, and your people will find you. I promise you. Why? Because my people find me. Everybody don't want to listen to a brown church girl. I'm good with that, because who I'm supposed to connect with, I will. So if you are in a position where you're doing everything you can, you're really putting good content out there, and you're not seeing traction, keep going, because your people will find you. All right. The enemy of overflow is not always fear. Maybe you're not afraid of failure, or you're not afraid of success. Sometimes it's just, oh, that's good enough. And that word is called settling. I'm good. When I get 1,000 or 10,000 followers, I'm good. No, because, and the reason why I can't settle for 1,000 followers or 4,000, 1,000 followers and 4,000 watch hours, because that's when I'll be monetized on YouTube. The reason why I can't settle once that happens is because I know that my purpose opportunity is how I breathe. Y'all, doing what I'm doing right now gives me life. And how do I know? Because when you are not walking in your true purpose, there will always be something missing. When you're not doing what God created you to do, there will always be something missing. It will always feel like something is missing. Why? Because that's what you created. Because you're not doing what you were created to do. So when I get to 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers, and it will happen. So you need to subscribe if you like what I'm saying. If I can't serve you, no harm, no foul. But if I'm serving you and you like how I'm talking and you want to hear more of this, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. My point I'm making is this: when I get to that milestone, I won't settle, because I know that me doing what I'm doing right now is giving me life. All right. So key point number 1: small thinking feels safe, but it's actually sabotage. So no more thinking, no more small thinking, even if it feels safe. Here's what I know for sure: whenever you are doing something well, it feels like a blanket. It covers you, right? And then when you get to the point to where you're positioning yourself to do something outside of your comfort zone, it's like the blanket is off, and you be like, oh no, I'm not covered. You covered because God got you. All right. Now, key point number 2. How do I know I'm thinking small, Angela? Here is how you know. Because small thinking shows up in your decisions. Small thinking shows up in your decisions. I'm going to give you an example. A few weeks ago, I got an email about a big, huge co-founder and CEO wanting to interview me. And huge in the industry. And I had 2 choices. I could have played small and thinking, oh my God, I'm not ready. My website not ready. Oh my God, I don't have a lot of followers. Why would they want to? Is that going to hurt me? Is that going to help me? I didn't think small that day. I thought big. I thought big. And I immediately said, absolutely, I would love to. Does it mean that I didn't have doubts? No. Does it mean that I wasn't intimidated? Absolutely, I was. But I'm done playing small. So if the CEO of a multi-million-dollar corporation, top in the industry, and co-founder of a top business in the industry wants to interview me, absolutely yes. And here is the huge aha moment for me. All of the thinking, the doubt, the fear, the unbelief, the oh my God, what have I just done? All of that is normal reactions. I'm not worried about that. The aha moment for me was after the interview was over, it wasn't even bad. I showed up as me and it worked. I showed up as Angela. So what am I saying to you? Whenever you get an opportunity to show up, and it's outside of your small thinking comfort zone, here is how you know it'll be okay. Just show up as you. Just show up as you. Just show up as you. Okay, let me ask you this question. Do you think God made a mistake when he made your hair brown? Do you think God made a mistake when he made you 5'4"? Do you think God made a mistake when he made you this or he made you that? God don't make mistakes. So whatever you are is enough. So you can stop playing small in your decisions and stop thinking you're not good enough or you don't have enough. You can stop all of that. You can just throw that all out the window, because that thinking is going to keep you staying small. All the decisions that you are making to stay small, you can let go of that. That doesn't even matter anymore. Look, I'm a girl from Louisiana. I have 2 master's degrees. I'm from the deep South. I I don't sound as educated as I am. I'm working on it. I want to do better. I want to be more like Elle. She speaks so eloquently. Like everything she says is so intentional. Like I would love to grow to be just like that. I mean, her words are so pristine. But that's not me. That's not who I am. I can grow to be better, of course. However, I got to show up with who Angela is. And as long as I do that, I will be fine. All right. So the evidence of thinking small is showing up in your decisions. You might say you want big impact, and I know you do. I know you do. But you're still waiting on the validation. The only validation you need is if God created you the way that you are, it's good enough. Do you trust him or not? He made me like I am. I wake up like this without coffee. Like I had no sugar. This is my personality. This is who I am. This is how my brain works. This is my personality. And so I'm showing up just as me. I'm showing up as me. So your thoughts create your actions, right? Your thoughts create your actions. If you ever wonder why you do the things you do, it's because of the way you think. Can I just say that one more time? If you ever wondered why you do the things you do, it's because of the way you think. So if you want to do differently, you have to think differently. If you want to do differently, you have to think differently. If you want to, okay, you get it, right? Right? I love my friends, Elle and Jamila. They so get me. They so get me. You know what I know for sure? I know that when I decided that my way of doing things, my energy, how I show up, when I started thinking that that was good enough and I didn't have to worry about doing it like somebody else, even though I definitely won't. I want to talk like Elle. I want to talk eloquently like Elle, but with this level of energy. Can you imagine? Oh my God, I'll be a powerhouse. Like, for real. I'm gonna try to get there. Maybe, I don't know how, but I'm gonna try to get there. Okay, let me say it. I am going to try to get there. I will try so very hard to get there. That's not me. I'm gonna try to get there. That is me. All right, so your thoughts create your actions, right? If you want to make better decisions, you have to get better thinking. So you have literally just been underestimating what God can do through your little oil. That's the only problem. So change your thinking. Change the way you think, right? How do you change? Okay, well, Angela, I would love to change my actions because I know that my mind is not where it needs to be. How do I fix that? All right, here is how you do it. Find what the word of God says about you and stick with that. Let that override what you think, and then repeat those thought processes in your head over and over. I was the little girl, and I know it's going to be hard for you to believe, but I was the little girl who took pictures with her head down because I had no self-esteem. I didn't understand my value. I didn't understand my worth. And I had a mother and a father in the home. We weren't rich, but my father was working class. My mother was a teacher. We weren't rich. We were middle class. We weren't living in the horrible side of town, but we weren't living in the rich side of town either. So what was my excuse? It was something that the enemy was trying to stop in my life. And so I took all my pictures with my head down. I just didn't understand my value. But then when I was 16, I gave my life to Christ, and he began to show up in me. And then I started reading the scriptures, and that it said, you are above only and not beneath. You are head and not the tail. I have given you the power to get wealth. You are above only. I mean, you can do all things. I can do everything through Christ who gives me the strength to do it. So, okay, Lord, all I got to do is show up as you created me, and you will do the rest. Deal. And that's what happened. And then, baby, when I finally realized and the light bulb went off in my head about my value, unstoppable. Be who God called you to be, because it's perfect. If you talk slow, if you talk fast, If you talk with your eyes closed, if you talk with your eyes buckshot red, whatever it is, show up as that. And it is good. Unstoppable. Jamila. Unstoppable. You are unstoppable. I promise you. Y'all, I'm having so much fun on this podcast because I know that this will free you. It will show up today, however you are. Show up everywhere. Show up in your marriage. Show up in the elevator. Show up by the grapes at the Kroger. Show up in your messaging on YouTube. Show up on social media. Show up in your content. Show up who you are. Why? Because you're unstoppable. Just saying. All right. Let it be enough. Stop self-sabotaging by thinking small. Key point number 3. Oh my God, I got 10 minutes. You can't build big without thinking big. So whatever you are focusing on creating right now, I want you to 10x that. In other words, I'm believing God that I am going to get to 1,000 followers and 4,000 watch hours. I'm 10xing that. I'm not even believing for that anymore. I'm believing for 10x 1,000 followers and 10x 4,000 watch hours. Now, here is the key. I can believe for it. That is great. I can speak it. That is great. What's the third key? What's the third key? Make sure that my actions follow that. So how do you get 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 followers 10x? You show up on YouTube. When you don't feel like filming, when you don't feel like preparing, you show up anyway. In other words, at some point, stop thinking small. It really is all about stop being, can I say it? I need permission to say it. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. And I'm not saying this to offend you. But at some point, stop playing small. It comes to stop being lazy. And lazy is not being dormant and still. I'm not saying you're not moving. Oh, you're moving. But in the movement, in the actions that you're taking, if it doesn't match what you are believing for the big, then it's just laziness. I call it action lazy. Like you're doing things, but what you're doing is playing small, just enough so you can be inside your comfort zone. No, I'm going to stick to playing big and making sure that I consistently stop being, yes, yeah, I said it. I call it action lazy. It's like you're doing things and you have created in your mind that you hit it, baby. You did it this time. This is it. Nah, sis. Nah. Who? I was saying like Jamila. Jamila, I love this. I love this chick. She said, "Who, child? Stop being lazy." Yeah, I said it. Because action is not just doing things that make you feel comfortable. Big action, playing big and stop being small, is the actions that you are not comfortable with. In other words, I have to say the things that I am cautious about saying, even if it's the truth. I have to be willing. I have to take all the calls. Like when I was doing that interview with this huge CEO. I don't have the kind of money he has. I don't have the kind of following he has. I haven't built the massive business that he built. But I showed up as Angela. I'm not playing small today. I'm showing up as me. And guess what had happened? Y'all, guess what had happened? Okay, I gotta. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna do it. Watch this. I'm gonna tell you. Watch this though. This is how I know for sure that what I'm saying is true. Hold up. Watch this though. I'm gonna share with you what came out of this interview. So the interview was last week, and then I got a. Where is it? Hold on. I got a notification. I can find it. Here it is. So I get a notification on LinkedIn. Now, this is after the interview. This is how I know showing up as you is always going to be good enough. If I can touch you, if I can just show you and just pat on your head and say, I promise you, is good enough. So after the interview, I get a message on LinkedIn from somebody. I won't say who. But this is big. This is big. And the message says, I saw your footage from your interview. I love your passion for what you do and sharing your story. And then I say, thanks so much for reaching out. I'm honored to connect with you. And then they say, I loved your enthusiasm throughout the interview. It kept me glued to my screen. What? Then it says, I aspire to be as passionate as you on my lives. What? Why did that happen? Because I showed up as me. Just a little girl, a little brown girl from Lake Charles, Louisiana, who just used to be a teacher and took a step out on faith. When I left teaching, I didn't leave teaching because I had everything figured out. As a matter of fact, what I had figured out plummeted. And the plan that I had failed. But I knew one thing, I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to play small. I'm going to build this community with one follower, with one real customer, 4 people in my community. 1 was a customer, 3 was my mom and my sisters. Oh, I'm building this community, and I built it like it was 1 million people in it. Because I finally believe that who I am is enough, and who I need to serve, they will show up. I'm not going after not one more customer. I'm not going after not one more follower. And I say that humbly. I'm not going to pursue them, because that's like, please buy from me. Please come. Please subscribe. Please. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that, because that's playing small. To be desperate for a customer is playing small. To always focus on the people not buying from you, that's playing small. What's playing big? Showing up as you and let the people find you. Show up as you and let the people find you. They'll find you, because lifing is about solving a problem. And if you have the solution that matches what they need and you resonate with them in some way, it will work. Just keep going. Don't look at the metrics. Don't look at the numbers. If the numbers are small, if you only have 1 customer, treat that customer like they are gold. Like my first member inside of my community, Candy, she's everything to me. I can't wait till the day where I can buy her a villa in Italy. And she's still with me. Why? Because when I created for her. And then another person joined. And then another person joined. When Dr. V joined, I was like, oh my God, a physician is in my community. I show up for her. Jamila is everything. My jam, baby. I show up for her, and everybody else who needs what I have to offer, they will find me, and I will show up for them too. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to take a look at my oil drop for the day, and we're going to wrap up. 2 minutes, I promise we're wrapping up. But you got to hear this. Do not leave, because this is important. In every episode, I'm giving you an oil drop. Kind of like drop the mic. It's what your key takeaway is. And the oil drop for today is this. You are not waiting on a sign. You are just playing it too small to move. What that means is this. Oh, I'm going to wait until I get 5 more followers. Oh, I'm going to wait until I can get the money for the right website. Oh, I'm going to wait until I can get a microphone that makes me sound better. Oh, I'm going to wait. No, you're not waiting for a sign. You're just playing it too small to move. In other words, move with what you have, the equipment you have. If all you have is a phone, Turn the phone like this. If it's a short, let me stop sharing for a minute. Let me stop sharing this screen, because friends. All right, you might not have a mic like this. You might not have a backdrop that you like. You might not have a Mac or sitting on your desk with a teleprompter and an extra screen and a stream deck and all the things. Don't worry about that. Show up with what you have. So if you have a phone and you're not afraid of the camera, if you're doing a short, turn your phone like this, start talking. Here's what I want you to do. This is important. This is important, and rinse and repeat this over and over again. If YouTube is your jam, no pun intended, jam. If YouTube is your jam, I want you to press record, and I want you to talk about 3 things over and over again. And I write this down. Write this down, friends. I want you to talk about your skills. I want you to talk about your experiences. I want you to talk about your story. Not for the sake of talking about you. I want you to talk about it in the context of what you help your audience, your avatar, do. Right? So always make it clear that when I'm talking, it's all about your solution. 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 See where I'm going with this? But as I am talking, I'm sharing my skills, my story, my experiences. I say it a lot, and please forgive the people who have to hear me say it over and over again. It's all about the little oil. 2 Kings 4. I used to be a teacher. I left teaching 3 times. I'm going to always tell that story because it's my story. So when you get on YouTube, tell your story. Somebody's going to resonate with it. Share your skill. Your skill is what they can accomplish. They're going to resonate with that. Share your experiences. Don't be afraid. I am not afraid to say I made it to 6 figures and lost it all. I'm not afraid to say I was playing it small, but I'm done with that. I'm not afraid. I'm free. I'm so free. I am so free. I'm done. I'm done playing small. That is enough. That's enough. It's time to move. Here's what I know for sure. There are 3 P's you need to consider. You are either a content creator for one of these 3 P's. Either it's your purpose work, either it's something you're passionate about, or maybe it's just a profit opportunity you see in the market. For me, it's a trifecta. It's all 3. What I'm doing today has everything to do with who I am and why I am here. That's my purpose. I am super passionate about women using business to grow wealth. Can you tell? And there is such a profit opportunity in the market. Like, online education is a multi-billion-dollar industry. I got the trifecta, friend. And you think I'm going to play small when all of this is at stake? You mean to tell me I won't fulfill my purpose if I don't show up? You mean to tell me I won't walk in my passion if I don't show up? You mean to tell me I'm losing money if I don't show up? Yeah. So I'm done. No, playing small. I'm done. No. That's right. The 3 P's: purpose, passion, and profit. That's right, Jamila. It's the 3 P's. Your purpose, your passion, your profit. That is a good enough reason to show up with wherever you are, with whatever you have. So I have a challenge coming up for you. It's called the Little Oil Challenge. Why little oil? This is for people who either have no idea how to start, no idea where to start. Perfect for you. It's 5 days. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, coming up on the 21st. Even if it's for you, if you have no idea where to start, no idea how to start in the challenge, we're not going to create all the things because I am really big on over delivering, but that's not what this is. So if you join the challenge and you're looking for something huge and magnificent, that's not what this is. This is you determining what your offer is, creating and packaging it in a way where people can resonate with it, and then launching it. That's what this is in 5 days. And in those 5 days, we talk about how do you get your first or next 5 customers. If you have done challenges before, don't matter, get in it. Because this is the kind of energy, this is the kind of platform that we are literally going to move into in the challenge. Yes, I'm gonna do it. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Jamila. Join the challenge. Give yourself 5 days. You got 5 days, right? Here's the thing. 5 days in your life are going to pass anyway. So you can either have in 5 days a clear offer that you can be proud about and confident to sell, or you can have 5 days still playing small, thinking one day, Lord, one day when the morning comes, right? Stop playing small. So here's what's going to happen in the challenge. The challenge is literally based on 5 different principles. We are literally going to think. So we're going to change the whole thing. Think like a 6-figure creator. That's number 1. Then we're going to create. You're going to create your offer. What can I sell to someone to provide them a solution? We're going to figure it out. It could be a coaching program. It could be speaking. It could be an ebook. It could be a community. Whatever it is, we're going to figure that out. Day 2. I want to know, as a matter of fact, I'm not going to let you leave on day 2. You could tell me, unless you could tell me, Angela, I know for a fact I want to launch an ebook. Great. Are you going to build the ebook? No, that's not what this is. Are you going to build the whole community? That's not what this is. You're going to think like all the parts of your creative core. Your creative core is, who do I help? What do I help them do? How do I help them do it? And why should they do it with you? You have to answer those 4 questions. Here they are again. Who do you help? What do you help them do? How do you help them do it? Why should they do it with you? That's day 1. Day 2, what is it that you're going to package? What's the offer? Ebook, coaching, speaking, consulting, community. What are you going to package? What's the offer? That's day 2. Day 3, build it out in terms of the tool stack. How are you delivering it? How are you getting paid? Right? Real simple. And I have a free way for you to do it. All right? Day 4, let's act on it. We're going to put our BMW in place. We're driving all the way to profits. Right? BMW stands for Business Model Workflow. Right? And in your business model workflow, you're going to educate, lead, sell, and support your audience. And then day 5, we're just capturing. You should be making money by day 5, right? If, Angela, I have all those things, but I don't have any money yet, get in a challenge. Let's figure out what the breakdown is and fix it and get to moving. All right. The link is in the description. I want you to join the challenge. You are going to be so glad you did. If it does nothing else, it puts fire under you to stop playing small. I am so super excited you are here. Thank you for joining me today for the Little Oil Challenge. Only one thing I have left to say, friends, and that little is much when God is in it. I will see you next Tuesday right here for the Little Oil Podcast. Love y'all. Bye for now.